Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's weekly forex analysis, we'll be looking at the Euro USD, the Pounds USD, Australia USD, the dollar index, BTC, gold, and US30. I will break down the trend of the market and the key level that will trigger the next big move. If you are new to my channel, my name is Z, forex trader with over 18 years trading experience. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. So let's dive straight to the analysis of the week. Let's start our analysis with the Pounds USD on the daily time frame. So on my daily chart, we can clearly see that we have the Pounds USD still having this series of lower high. You can see we have this price crossing this higher high and a lower high, then lower high, and a lower high. So this series of lower high still indicates we still have more of the bearish trend on the Pounds USD this week, which is we expect price to keep dropping this week for the Pounds USD. But we can't just jump into the market because we have a bearish trend for the Pounds USD. We want to also pick out the area of interest where we are supposed to sell the Pounds USD from. So let's look at the area you have to sell the Pounds USD from the daily time frame. On my daily time frame, we have to plot out the key level that will trigger the next move for the Pounds USD. So on my daily time frame, you can see we have this particular resistance level. So price is still holding around this resistance level, which is price is still finding difficult to price is holding around this resistance level and this resistance level. So this is a sign of price reversal to this downside, to this next daily support level, and the break of this support level might trigger more sell for the Pounds USD. So long price is holding around this zone, this daily resistance zone, which is a strong resistance zone. We expect price to keep pushing lower for the Pounds USD, and you can also see that we also have a bearish trend on the Pounds USD. So long we have this bearish trend on the Pounds USD, expect price to keep pushing lower for the Pounds USD. So let's look at our next pair, which is the Euro USD. So on my daily time frame, we can clearly see that the Euro USD also have a strong bearish momentum for selling opportunity this week. You can also see we have price break out of a major structure on the daily time frame. We can also see that price break out of this major structure level, which is this level. So on Euro USD, price has been on this range for a long period of time now, for months now. But price breaking out of this level triggered strong bearish momentum for the Euro USD. So long we have price break out of this level, we have no job than to look out for more of the selling opportunity on the Euro USD. So you can also see that we also have, after the breakout, we can see that we also have a series of lower highs, and lower highs. So this series of lower high are sign of a bearish trend for the Euro USD. So long we have this sign of bearish trend for Euro USD, you have to look out for more of the selling opportunity for the Euro USD. So our aim this week now is to look out for the level that will trigger the next big move for the Euro USD. We can clearly see that we have our resistance at this level. We expect price to retest these areas, this level, so that from this level, if price fail to break above these levels, this might trigger the next big move for selling opportunity for Euro to the downside. So once we see price reacting to this level and fail to close above it, we start looking for our possible selling opportunity for more sell for Euro to this next daily support level, and a break of this support level might trigger more sell to this support level for the Euro USD. So expect more sell for the Euro USD this week. So let's look at our next pair, which is the dollar index. So the dollar index on my daily time frame break out of a major level. Price break out of a major level last week. You can see we have a break of price above this range level. So long price break out of this range level, this is a sign of a bullish trend for the dollar index. So this breakout is projecting price to this next resistance level for the dollar index. So we can't just jump in because we see a breakout from these major levels. We need price to react to a key level that might trigger the next big move for the dollar index. So let's point out the area that will trigger that big move for the dollar index this coming week. So let's look at the daily time frame. On my daily time frame, I've already plotted out all the level I'm expecting price to move from this week. So I'm expecting price. We have two levels here. I'm expecting price to react to these two levels before making any further decision. We have price already on this zone, which is this level, this previous resistance turned to support. We also have price on this area, also previous resistance has turned to support. So we can see that price will react to this already, but we still expect price to retest it before we see a better buy to the top, or we see price retesting this level before we see a better buy to the top. This is what we're expecting for the dollar index this week. You can also see that the dollar index on my daily time frame, we can also see that we have price creating this series of higher low. You can see we have this double bottom, then we now have higher low and a higher low. So this series of higher low indicates bullish momentum for buying opportunity for the dollar index. So we expect price to keep pushing higher for the dollar index to this next resistance level, which is this resistance level is where we expect price to hit this coming week for the dollar index. Are you a forex trader still finding it difficult to have your edge in this financial market? We can help you to build your edge and make you become a profitable trader. You can book for my one-on-one mentorship, the link also in description below, or you can get access to my video courses, the link also in description below. So let's continue with the forex analysis. Let's look at our next pair, which is the Australia USD. Australia USD on my daily time frame, see creating inner structure trend for bearish trend. You can see we have price creating this higher high and a lower high and a lower high. So this series of lower highs indicate bearish trend for the Australia USD. So long we have this bearish trend for the Australia USD on the daily time frame, we can't just jump in because we have a bearish trend on Australia USD on the daily time frame. You can also see that price is reacting to this particular support level already on the daily time frame. You can see price reacting to this support level already on the daily time frame. So we need price to return back to this resistance level for us to start looking for a possible selling opportunity for the Australia USD to the downside, for price to break the major structure level. Because we still have a major structure level at this area, we need price to break for us to see a strong bearish trend. A break of price below this major structure level, this will trigger a strong bearish trend for downtrend for the Australia USD. But so long price on this price still above this major structure level on Australia USD, we don't have a strong clue for strong selling opportunity yet for the Australia USD. So we need price to break below for us to see strong sell for the Australia USD. Then we also need price to, if price started to create series of higher low, this might trigger more buy for the Australia USD to the top, because the Australia USD current level still not break out for that major sell for the week. So we need a major sell for us to see the breakout before we start looking for a major strong sell for the Australia USD. So let's look at the next pair, which is the USD JPY. USD JPY, if you watch my weekly forex, last week forex analysis, I said I expect price to keep pushing higher for the USD JPY. You can see clearly that price has been pushing higher from that particular level. I said I expect price to retest and keep buying. So what do we expect this week? This week we need price to retest this. We have two levels here where we expect price to retest. But before we look at those levels, let's look at the trend of the market for the Australia USD, for the USD JPY. The trend of the market for the USD JPY, we can see we have this double bottom, which is lower low. Then we can see we have this higher low, then higher low and higher low. So this series of higher low indicate more of the bullish trend for the USD JPY this week. So long we have this bullish trend for the USD JPY this week, expect price to keep pushing higher for the USD JPY. So what are the levels that might trigger the next move for the USD JPY? We expect price to retest to this zone, then start looking for possible buying opportunity, or we expect price to retest to this level, or start looking for possible buying opportunity for the USD JPY. So these are the areas we are looking for our buying opportunity, because we can't sell from this current trend. You can see we have a strong bullish trend for the USD JPY. We can't go against the trend of the market. We have to expect price to retest to this level to react to them, first start looking for any possible buying opportunity for the USD JPY. Let's look at our next pair, which is the gold USD. The gold USD on my daily time frame, we can clearly see that we still have a bearish trend on the gold USD. You can see we have a series of lower highs. This series of lower highs indicates strong bearish momentum for the gold USD. So long we have this strong bearish momentum for gold USD, we can't jump in to buy the gold USD. We need a price to close on a particular resistance level, a strong resistance, for us to start looking for any possible selling opportunity for the gold USD. So you can see clearly that the trend is on a downtrend. The next thing we need to point out the key level that might trigger the next big move for sell for the gold USD. So we have this level, we see have this area, which is our next level. We are looking for our possible selling opportunity for the gold USD. So we expect price to retest this area, then we'll start looking for the possible sell for price to this next support level for the gold USD. Once price fail to break above this level, this might trigger a sell opportunity for gold USD to the downside, because we see have a bearish trend for the gold USD. We don't want to sell from a support level. We don't want to sell from this support level. We need price to move to a resistance level for us to sell, because we are selling from a support level. It's a trap that might lead to what? Loss. So we want to avoid selling from a support level. So we need price to react to this resistance before we start looking for possible selling opportunity for the gold USD. So let's look at our next pair, which is the US30. US30 on my daily time frame, you can see we still have price still creating a series of, higher low, which is we have this lower low, then higher low, then higher low, and higher low. So this series of higher low indicates strong bullish momentum for the US30. So long we have this strong bullish momentum for US30, our aim is to look at for more of the buying opportunity for the US30. So let's plot out the areas we're expecting price to react to this week before make any buying opportunity from the US30. We still have a strong support level at this area. We need price to retest this zone. Then we'll start looking for possible buying opportunity for price to break this high for the US30. This level is the only level that can trigger that strong move for the US30 to the top. Once we see a price break out of this major level, this will be our area of interest where once we see price react to this level and give us a setup for us to buy, this will be our area of interest which might trigger the next big move for the US30 to the top. So expect a big move from that resistance, from that previous resistance level, for us to buy the US30 to the top. But if we can see price break below this level, this might trigger more sell. But if price fail to close below this level, this might trigger more buy for the US30. So expect more buying opportunity for the US30 this week. So let's look at our next pair, which is the BTC USD. The BTC USD on my daily time frames, you can see we have price still creating series of lower highs. You can see we have a series of lower highs for the BTC USD. So long we have this series of lower highs for BTC USD, we still expect more price to drop for the BTC USD. We can't jump in for buy or sell for now. So long we have this bearish trend, we have to look at more of the sell opportunity for the BTC USD. So what are the levels that might trigger the next selling opportunity for the BTC? We expect price to move to this resistance area for we to start looking for possible sell for the BTC to the downside. If price break this resistance, this might trigger more buy. But if price fail to break this resistance, this might trigger a strong sell for the BTC to the downside. So expect more of the selling opportunity this week from the BTC, except to see a price breakout of this our level where we expect price to react to for sell, except that. But our aim this week, our scenario this week is for us to look at for more of the selling opportunity from the BTC USD. So let's look at our next pair, which is the New Zealand USD. So the New Zealand USD on my daily time frame see a strong bullish momentum for selling opportunity. We can see we have strong bearish momentum for selling opportunity on the New Zealand USD. We can see we have price break out of a major level already. You can see we have price break out of this major level, and we can see that price create this double top and a lower high, then a lower high. So long we have this double top and a series of lower high, this indicates a strong bearish trend for the New Zealand USD. And you can also see that price currently on around a support level that might trigger the reversal back to this our major interest level where we are looking for to sell the BTC, the New Zealand USD to this next daily support level. So we expect price to drop back to this daily support level for this week. After we see price retesting this level, this will trigger the next sell for the New Zealand USD. So long we have this strong bearish momentum for the New Zealand USD, we have to be patient and wait for price to react to the levels we are expecting price to sell from. We have to expect price to reverse to that our area of interest where we have to sell the New Zealand USD from. So we can't just jump in because we have a sell structure and a bearish trend on New Zealand USD. We expect price to retest to this our level, then we start looking for a possible selling opportunity for the New Zealand USD. So let's look at our next pair, which is the USD card. The USD card on my daily time frame see have a strong bullish trend for this week. We can see price still creating series of higher low. We can see we have this higher low, and a higher low. Then you can also see that price has break out of a major structural level on the USD card. We can see we have price break out of this major structural level for the USD card. So long price break out of this major structural level for USD card, this triggered a strong bullish trend for the USD card. So long we have this strong bullish trend for USD card. So what are the levels we're expecting price for to retest to before we start looking for possible buying opportunity on the USD card? So for this week, we have two targets for the buying opportunity for the USD card, but we need price to react to this our area of interest, which is we expect price to retest our area of interest. Then we'll start looking for possible buying opportunity to the top for the USD card. If price break this level, this might trigger the next buying to this next resistance level on the USD card. We are currently see price reacting to this level already. This level price is reacting to these levels already. So this might trigger the buy from this level to this area and here to this level. So this is what we're expecting from the USD card this week. So let's look at our last pair, which is the USD CHF. USD CHF on my daily time frame, you can clearly see that we have a bullish structure for the USD CHF. You can see we have this lower low and a series of higher low. So this series of higher low indicate more bullish trend for the USD CHF. So long we have this strong bullish trend for USD CHF, we have to look out for more of the buying opportunity from these areas. We can currently see that currently price is currently on this support level for buying opportunity for the USD CHF. So we're expecting price to move to this next resistance level for the USD CHF. Here will be our target. Once we see a retest of any of these levels, we expect price to retest these areas and these areas for us to start looking for possible buying opportunity for the USD CHF to the top. We don't want to buy from this resistance area. We know we have a support level here also, but we also need price to retest to these areas before we start looking for our possible buying opportunity for the USD CHF to the top. So this is what we're expecting from the market this week. Find this analysis helpful. Please do well to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more trading tips and forex analysis.